lovelies, welcome to my channel, Sunrise to Sunset. My name is Lisa, I'm a Reiki Master and Intuitive Empath, and this is going to be a reading for my beautiful birthday gem stars. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Gemini, happy birthday to you, and many more. Happy birthday, my beautiful gem stars. Before we get started, as always, a great big thank you for your likes, shares, subscriptions, donations, booking me for a personal reading and joining me on the one-to-one intuitive guidance courses. If you'd like to find out more about booking me for a personal, or you'd like to join me on the one-to-one intuitive guidance courses, please do feel free to check out my website, sunrisetosunset.co.uk, or have a little peeky in the description box below, my lovelies. Right. This reading is going to be off the back of the last reading where we took a little delve into your lineage, into your ancestors, and I was a bit speechless for once. I know. I know, gem stars. Doesn't happen very often, right? I won't go into it too much here. I don't really want to spoil it in case you haven't seen it. I will, you know, at the end where you get the little suggested videos, I'll pop it in there. Or just go and check it out. Watch this one first though if you're here. But yeah, this is going to be off the back of that reading. And what we are going to look at, there's a few subjects that I want to look at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a series out of this. I won't do them back to back, I'll do them in between other readings. But this reading, I'm still trying to decide as we're doing it, which one to go for. Okay, your gifts. They want me to focus on your gifts, okay? So we are going to have a little looky at your gifts, my lovely gem stars. Now, if you've been watching my readings, you kind of know already, right? But this is to do with how the ancestors see you. So let's have a look. Let's see what comes out for my beautiful gem stars. Oh, look at that. That's one of them, gems. That's one of them. Okay. Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Sandalphon, please bring forward messages for Gemstars highest good only, please. Messages for Gemini's highest good only, please, and may all energy sent my way be returned to you tenfold, my lovelies. Okay, angel guides, please give us some insight into how the ancestors view my beautiful Gemstars gifts, please. Messages from the ancestors. Victory and success. Oh, look at that. Over the devil. Okie dokie. Interesting start to the reading, gems. How do the ancestors view my Gemmy Gems gifts? Okay. Ooh. That's that alchemy. I don't want to give too much away. There's more of that spiritual alchemy in that golden cup, my lovely gems. Okay, I'm going to try and do this reading without giving too much away in case you haven't seen the other reading. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, power. Gemmy gems. Okay. So, your ancestors view your gifts. First off, they're showing me that this see how this energy is, you know, red, the devil, right? We had the infinity symbol came out very strong in that reading as well. And they're telling me here that you have infinite power over the devil, okay? You have ultimate victory and success over the devil. Now, this has gone on through lifetimes, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you haven't been through hard times, because everybody who's attracted to this channel has more than likely, or 90% of you, not all of you, 90% of you have been through some really, really tough challenges, more likely throughout your childhood, adolescence, probably into adulthood. This constant interference by the devil, this constant effort to try to derail you, to try to pull you out of your high vibrational energy and to ultimately bring you on board, okay? The devil, Satan sees you as something to, you're very powerful, okay? You bring, you have a lot of success awaiting you. If you haven't already enjoyed the success, these are the energies that the devil really wants to get his hands on, right, my lovely gem stars, okay? And he sees you as, you know, worthy of this constant temptation. You may be tempted all the time, you know, whatever your temptation is, right? Be that all the earthly pleasures is what Spirit is saying, okay? Be that cake, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever they are, right? You know, you are being constantly tested, constantly tempted by this devil to try to pull you onto his pathway, right? Now, you've been climbing up this mountain, climbing up this mountain, climbing up this mountain. Sometimes the devil comes along and tries to pull you back down, okay? And he may have been successful quite a few times in your life in derailing you on the journey. That's no, you know, I'm not saying, ooh, bad Gemini, you know, that is the journey, right? We go up, we go down. But ultimately, you are destined for this victory, for this success. You are a very powerful soul, my lovely gem star, okay? You have this golden lion, right? And he's wearing a gold headband. You know, you behold this beautiful golden energy that we spoke about in that reading. You've literally got it radiating around your head and a pile of gold in front of you here, okay? You are open to receive from the universe. You are open, you know, this is almost like that. He's almost creating that alchemy there, right? This is a very powerful position. This is open, this is receptive. You are receptive to this beautiful, divine, golden energy. Okay, so it's not a surprise that you've got this devil energy. So how your ancestors see you is powerful. Your ancestors know that you can alchemize, and your ancestors understand that you are constantly being, you know, tested, tried, pulled off course, having trauma, sort of, how can I put it, trauma sort of adorned, they're saying like adorned on you, almost like a crown. It's bizarre actually. It's almost like a rite of passage for you, and they're showing it as like, it's almost like a crown of victory, which I know that sounds very bizarre, okay? People without these gifts, without this power, without this threat to the devil, they get left alone, okay? So if you were in a low vibrational energy, this devil wouldn't be buzzing you, my lovely gems, okay? So it's important to understand, if you've been through a lot of trials, if you've been through a lot of tribulations, if you've had addiction problems or anything that is of a low vibrational nature, this is by design. And your ancestors are, they're honouring you actually, they're honouring you. They want you to understand this notion that you are special, okay? You are sought after by the devil because you are special, you are set apart, you are a very high vibrational person, okay? And they want you to understand that, but also to honour yourself and to, you know, they're showing me that crown again. Put that crown upon yourself, okay? If you've got over many of these devil type energies, these low vibrational energies, then, you know, who has the power? You have the power, gem stars, okay? And your ancestors are like, woohoo! We see this, we acknowledge you, okay? How do the ancestors, oh look at that, trust your talents in changing times. So this was going to be, this was what I was swaying between as well. The ancestors want to bring through a message about how to deal with these changing times, okay? So that will be a future message. So I was toying up between your gifts and doing this, you know, what the ancestors' messages are to you of how we can deal with these changing times at this moment, okay? So how do the ancestors view Gemini's gifts? Okay. Oh, gems. We've got your third eye, okay? This ability to see things from a higher perspective because you've got the wisdom, is what I was just about to say. And the wise one, this wisdom and this wise energy came out with the ancestors, and they've literally, oh my goodness, the sun. Right, we're not going to keep going from the bottom of the deck. Do check out that reading because it is very relevant for this reading. Relevant. Right. How do the ancestors? Oh, beautiful. Okay, the Peacekeeper. How do the ancestors view Gemini's gifts, please? Whoa, okie dokie. So had some on the floor. What have we got on the floor, Gemmies? Oh, beautiful. Okay, look at that. That's taken us right back to that reading again, isn't it? This is how your ancestors see you, my lovelies, as the High Priest. Let's pull these up. Okay, let me just see you in. Check you in. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get one more just to even it out. Even Stevens. Okay. How do the ancestors view my beautiful gemstones gifts? We've got the sun. We put it back in. Look, we've got the bird on the head there, Gemmy Gems, and all those animals that came out. They want me to address that. You know, obviously we've got the birds coming out again. We've got, you know, the eagle, we've got the owl, we've got the crow here, we've got the owl on the head. We always have the owl on the head, right, Gemmies? You've obviously got a very, very strong bond to the animal realms, and also winged creatures in general. Okay, you know, be that dragonfly, butterfly, birds, little bees. Okay, but you've got the sun again, my lovely Gemmy Gems. Okay, so how do the ancestors view your gifts? Okay, the ancestors understand that you have, first of all, an amazing intuition, an amazing foresight. You know, you probably got a lot of clairs. You know, you know. You know when you know. You don't know how you know, but you know. And you know, your ancestors are saying that you can see things from this higher perspective, and encouraging you to always see things from this higher perspective, because you've got this accrued wisdom that we spoke about in that reading. You have a very strong lineage of wise ones. Your ancestors have passed this beautiful wisdom on to you. Okay, and that's why you're able to kind of soar above the rest and see the left, see the right, see the in front, see the behind, and almost transport yourself out of your body and view things from outside of yourself rather than in the body. Okay, and if you can't do that, then your ancestors are saying you've got the, oh, they just said you've got the ruddy ability, so do it. That was a bit like, okay, and grow within your current situation. So no matter what ish is thrown your way, no matter what this dark energy throws your way, my lovely gem stars, you use the ish, you use, you know, the Shiite that these demons throw at you, you use it for your manure, my lovely gem stars, and you use it to grow. You understand how these dark or lower situations can actually be the propellant, the manure, to enrich fertile new grounds for you, my lovelies. Okay. I'm tying in with this seeing things from a higher perspective. You've got the beautiful Peacekeeper as well. So let go of the need to be right. So Gemstars, your ancestors view your gift is of that of forgiveness, of that of taking the higher route, of flying above the situation, of letting go. Okay, and of letting go of anything, you know, of these traumas or these devil energies, these devil temptations have thrown you away. You don't tend to hold grudges. You know, whoever this reading is for, whoever connected with that line of ancestors, interesting, because we never had we never had Indian or Native American energy come through, but they are saying we are part of your lineage. As I'm holding this card, they are saying it never came out in that specific reading, but I bet you heavily connect with the natives, you know, with Native American Indians or Indians from other, doesn't necessarily have to be American Indians. Okay, there's sort of Eskimo, Inuit or Indian tribes in, I was going to say across the world then. as I said, sorry, doing these, you'll notice I'm a bit stop-starting with these readings because I'm having to tap into what they're really saying to me rather than the energy, reading into the energy. This is a little bit like I have to dig a little bit deeper. As I was going to say across the world, they said across portals. Okay, so we very much had that portal type energy. And again, you know, we've got the circle around the head here, portals, circle there, the circle there, the circle there. We've got this dimensional portal energy here around this feather, around the ancestor, around your guardian angels. Okay, so across Indian energy, across portals. They're actually in America, there's some very interesting places like Nevada as well, isn't there, with you know, vortex portal type energy. Okay, so we've got arrows. So surround yourself with protective energy. So how your ancestors view your gifts is that you are not only very heavily protected by your ancestors, by the angelic realms, by the divine, you have your own protective aura, protective energy around you. So as an individual, if you forget all the energies around you, you yourself are actually very good at deflecting arrows, okay, because mostly because of this energy here of seeing things from a higher perspective and being able to let go of the need to be right. Okay, so you can protect yourself, and you know methods to protect yourself, and also they just said your loved ones, your family, your tight knit, you know, your ride or dies, your BFFs, your loved ones, okay? You have a solid ability to protect those that you love, those that you hold dear, okay? We've got the sage, be devoted and committed. So your ancestors view your gift of devotion and your gift of commitment. This is to the spiritual realms, this is to yourself, but again, this is to those that you hold dear. I can feel a very fiery, protective energy, like don't F with those that I love energy, okay? So you are a devoted soul, you are a committed soul, and your ancestors recognize this energy within you as well. They're telling you here that you are not alone, okay? You are heavily and heavily protected. This protective circle again, but this portal type energy is interesting again, right? And again, we've got the sun and the moon coming through, and then the eye, which is, you know, represented here, your third eye energy, being at the top here as well. Okay, extremely intuitive, extremely protective. But your ancestors view your gifts as you knowing that you aren't alone. You feel your guardian angels. You see the signs. Okay, you may hear the music. You know, however you pick up, you know, you might just feel it. You might just get the energetic chills run through you. Okay, but you know that you have people, not just one, people, several people protecting and surrounding you. And I feel like even if you feel like on your darkest days when you are very much all alone, I don't feel like you feel at the depths of loneliness like other people would, because you have a strong faith that you understand that you are protected and that you are not alone. Okay, so there's that beautiful energy that kept coming through, right? This beautiful golden energy connected in with the sun. So your ancestors see your gift as high priest, high priestess, somebody who is very connected into the sun. Also, they just said hard worker as well, because bees are hard workers, okay? And hard work can come across in many different ways. It doesn't even have to be in a job. Okay, it could be hard work in your garden, it could be hard work for your family, for your loved ones, okay? It could be hard work spreading love, spreading compassion. But your ancestors honour you as a high priest or a high priestess. It says bask in the joy and in the light. Okay, they know that you are here to be a light worker and to, you know, battle against this energy here. Okay, and to be a force for the highest divine energy, as opposed to coming on board with this very, very low vibrational energy. Okay, So your ancestors honor you as a high priest, as a high priestess connected into the sun. Okay. Just going to take a sip of water. We've actually, summer, see, the sun has actually hit the UK. It's all right, we're only into June. It's gone from about 9 degrees to about 30. And I've got the window closed. Doing this reading for you, gem stars, right? Don't say I don't love you, but I do need some water. Okay. Let's see which ascended masters want to come through. Okay. Oh, look, we've got the twins. Sacred vision. Okay, so it's landing on seeing things from a higher perspective, and we've got the peace lilies as well there. Bottom of the deck. This was in this was in that reading, in that said reading. Yep. Okay, Earth Guardian, very connected to the earth, very connected to the moon, the sun, the animals. Okay. We have got Radna. We had two flippers as well. So we had Kalimar facing fear. For this to come out with the devil, that's very, very interesting. And the divine director. Okay, and we've got on the bottom of the deck there, light activation. You are a light activator, my lovely Gemmy Gems. Okay, so how do the ancestors view your gifts? Okay, the ancestors are again acknowledging your sacred vision. Okay. We've got the peace lily, right, and we have that beautiful energy of peace underneath here. So acknowledging your ability to hold peace, maybe between the two twins as well, right? Double trouble, Gemmies, double trouble. Choose to forgive in order to heal. So that energy of forgiveness coming through again. See the light in all and remember that love has no boundaries. Okay, so you're a very loving soul. The ancestors acknowledge that you choose to forgive in order to heal. Okay, so when we were talking about these traumas, you have taken the high road, right? And look at we've got the red here, you know, and then the purity of that white standing in front of this red energy. Okay, this devil energy is behind you. He's always behind you. He's not in front of you, but he's always sort of nibbling at your heels, right? Giving you a little dink, dink, dink on your back. Trying to kick, you know when somebody kicks you in the back of the knee as well, when your knees go forward? That's this dude, right? He's always just behind you there. As he is here with Kalimar. Okay, so your ancestors acknowledge and really do... just acknowledge that you have this amazing third eye ability, but also this very peaceful nature where you would rather forgive than fight. Okay. Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. So again, this energy of harmony and healing. And I did just joke there, you know, about the two twins being in harmony, in conjunction here, at peace with each other. Okay. So you are able to choose harmony and healing over the more, you know, destructive elements that this devil would have you have, okay? And you've got rediscovering a lost part of yourself. So your ancestors acknowledge that you are learning. You are interested in your ancestors, for one. You're interested in connecting into the gifts and the energies that want to be passed on to you. And you're interested in general in worldly knowledge, maybe about animals, about people. You're interested in knowledge, okay? You are facing your fear, okay? And I'm not, you know, we all have bad days, right? But overall, your ancestors are saying that you're a very, very strong, fearsome opponent, okay? You are a fearsome opponent. We've got, with Kalimar coming through, you know, she is, you know, such a destructive force, but for the forces of good, okay? Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay, so your ancestors are acknowledging that spiritual changes, earthly changes, worldly changes are occurring. You're facing that fear head on. Okay, you are doing your best day in, day out to overcome these dark energies that are surrounding us in this world at this time. And they're acknowledging that, you know, this is, they're also telling you this is your chance to soar. Okay, you know, this is what you've been training for lifetimes, what your ancestors have been doing for lifetimes. Okay. They wanted me to bring through a little message. It's a bit of a spoiler from the other reading, but in the other reading, you know, it was about all these civilizations that have actually been destroyed in the past, and yet the spirit of the ancestors, their energy has lived through this, has lived on, and it's kind of what we're facing now, isn't it? Okay, or the potentiality of it. And they're saying, you've done this, we have done this time and time again. Okay, so there's nothing to fear. The divine director, intervention and purpose. So divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided and happiness is your purpose. So your ancestors are acknowledging, you know, we have, it's landed underneath, bask in joy and light. Okay, that you are choosing to bask in this joy and light. You are choosing happiness, okay? Happiness, joy and light over these darker forces, and you understand that at this point in time specifically, there's a bit of a divine intervention. Understatement, right? There's a bit of a divine intervention occurring, okay? We're at a very interesting point in, you know, in humanity, shall we say. Okay, so your ancestors are acknowledging that you understand that there is this big intervention, and that you are also divinely directed. Okay, you understand this. Okay. Messages for Gemini, please. How do the ancestors view Gemini's gifts? We've got Mother Mary. She comes through time and time and time again. She came through twice in that, in the first reading, okay? And a very motherly energy came through as well. Lemuria. I thought this was going to come out last reading. Here's that Lemurian energy, okay? Wow. Bottom of the deck. Look at this. We've got that. It's almost like a mixture of Aztec, Mayan, but also we've got the pyramid there in the background, and then this power coming down. They're almost showing me like the tower, that like the crumbling card, this destruction of this powerful civilization coming through in that. Sometimes, like, yes, it's a card, but it's an energy to me. I read energy. Okay, so that's what the energy of that card, how it was just shown to me. So how do the ancestors view Gemini's gifts, please? Right. Okay. Wow. 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 Ooh. Ooh. There's that circle of protection, Debbie's. Okay. I got a bit wowed at that card. Look at that energy. This is that energy sat on that golden throne with the sun behind her head, holding up a scepter with the moon on the end of it. Okay, right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Starseed and Mintarcoon. Wow. Your lineage, your ancestry is fascinating. I can't believe I've been here for this long and we've not looked into the ancestors, but I get called to do these things when I get called to do these things, my lovely. So here we are. Okay, so how do your ancestors view your gifts? Okay, you're very tapped into Mother Mary. If not, you're a very motherly energy, okay? And yes, that is my masculine as well, okay? Motherly, fatherly, caring, nurturing. And it says, how can you mother yourself? So there's been many, many times where you've had to self-soothe, my lovely gem stars, okay? You've had to be your own father, your own mother. You've had to, you know, she's cuddling herself, Okay, and that's when I say, you know, when you've been alone and when you've been at your lowest point, I feel like you've been able to cope because you have this power of being able to self-soothe, but also feel that embrace from Mother Mary or from your guides, from your ancestors, just coming in and giving you a hug when you are at your rock bottom, when you needed it the most, right? Okay, so your ancestors are acknowledging that they've just said they've done an amazing job of self-soothing, okay, of looking after yourself as well, my lovelies. Okay, so we've got Lemuria, Starseed, Mintarkan, and then Transformation. Okay, so let's pick these three up. I mean, your ancestors are acknowledging your star. You know, it's why do I call you gem stars, right? Why do I call you gem stars? I don't even know. It just came about. And now we know why. Okay? Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. This is that Lemurian energy that we tapped into strongly in that reading. We've got Starseed, what lights you up? And Mintarkan, longing for home, belonging to the original light workers. Okay? So your ancestors are acknowledging that you are from a long line of original light workers, of starseeds. Your ancestors have lived in, you know, in different star systems, in Mintaka, in Lemuria, okay, but they're also saying this is your DNA, this is in you, this is a potential, an energy that lays inside of you, and they just said, remember who you are. And when I first started reading, I always had to say, Spirit would always make me say, remember who you are, gem stars, remember who you are. And they haven't called me to say it for ages, but now they're telling me to tell you to remember who you are. This is your ancestry. You won't get that on any DNA harvesting site. Transformation. Okay, this is that beautiful. This just sums up the whole energy. You know, of the original ancestor reading that we did, right? Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. We are undergoing some very interesting ascension processes at this time. I did do an ascension reading. Not many people viewed it actually, but it was actually a really important reading. So you might want to go and check that out, okay? Your ancestors are acknowledging, you know, your gift is that of transformation. But also, this is a gift because not everybody is going to be undergoing, it's almost like a DNA restructure, okay? I spoke about, in that reading, I spoke about this 98% junk DNA that we have. Come on. Really? 98% of our DNA is supposedly junk. I don't believe that for 1 minute. You know, we are amazing. Our bodies are amazing. You know, God crafted our bodies. He did not give us junk. Okay, so 98% of our DNA is not online, is how I see it. Okay, so we are evolving, we are transcending, we are ascending, we are transforming from the 2% of DNA that we've used into more. I don't know what the percentage is. But something is we are undergoing this healing at a deep cellular level. Okay, so your ancestors acknowledge you going through this process. They're saying, we know it isn't easy. And I think they're telling me that they were at a higher, they're saying 100%. And whatever forces and sources came along over the years and devolved us. And you only have to look around, right? You only have to look around right now. You know, phone zombies banging into you every few minutes. If you, like, no offence if you're addicted to your phone, but I'm certainly not. I like to walk around my eyes wide open, and you know, every time there's at least 2 or 3 people that just boink. Oh, sorry. You can, you know, right? You know, they were saying, the ancestors telling me that they were at 100, and that these forces have forced us down to 2%, and we're now back on our way up. And maybe that's why they're having such a huge effort right now to, you know, maybe get us to 99.9% junk DNA, right? These messages are fascinating. Why haven't you called me to do this before? They're saying now's the time. Now is the time. Everything in divine timing. Right, let's get a spirit animal. Okay. Whoa. Didn't even shuffle, my loves. It came out in that reading. Okay. Didn't even shuffle. The dragon wanted to come back out for this reading. Okay, so we'll read the full meaning, because we only did bits and bobs, because we got about 6 or 7 power animals, spirit animals, which has never ever happened before, Gemmies. So let's see what the dragon has to say. Okay, so the key word is clarity. You have opened a door to allow... Oh no, it's a dragonfly. Oh, how interesting. So all these winged creatures attached to you. Right, dragon, divine will. You have brought through the transference healing technique called dragon power to heal and empower you. You are being asked to look at the way you are using your power and to check your intent so that you can undergo a purification process to bring through a new level of empowerment. Dragon power not only clears your power center, okay, all that yellow energy, your solar plexus, but also creates a purification and perfection process of your ego and intent. When you master within yourself and release wounding within the ego, you can connect more to divine will and therefore become empowered more naturally. You can also shift into a more divine level of consciousness where you receive power. The power card down on the table, my lovelies. Okay. The insight to deal with power issues and the knowledge of how to use power in a constructive and positive way. Divine will helps you to develop your spiritual gifts and abilities and enables you to hold your light in any situation. Dragon power energetically heals or spiritually emotionally supports sensitive, intuitive or psychic people who are being generally depleted by leaking energy to others. Gems. It also revitalizes your power center when you are being energetically drained or depleted by channeling or by earth and cosmic changes, and when you are healing a negative projection and energy plays. When you start to master your power center and show unique and more divine attributes, people around you are sometimes confronted and out of general ignorance and fear have conflicting feelings and judgment towards you. Dragon power protects against direct psychic attack and also counteracts negative feelings or thought projections against you. Dragon power also gives you the resources to know how to make the necessary changes to embody an initiation process ordained by the ascended masters, angels or guides. Often this process causes you to feel overwhelmed, unclear, confused and uncertain of your future or what you want. I would say that's what we're going through right now, my lovelies. Dragon power will help you create more wellness and clarity in your life. When you master dragon power, you are purifying your body and soul, perfecting the intent of ego and connecting to the higher self and over soul. You can then access divine will, one of the most vital keys to self-healing. You can develop your psychic abilities and complete a mastership process to achieve ascension. And as I was saying that, they were saying, look what the devil's holding. He's holding a key. Okay? He's holding a key. It's like he tries and tries and tries. Actually, he's not even got his hand around it. The key is behind his hand. His hand is open, so he hasn't even got a clasp around it. It's like he's trying to clasp that key, but there's like a little portal. There's a portal at the top of the key, which is sort of shooting in and then past him, right? And the key has got a love heart in it, Gems. Can you see that? My magical non-zoom ancient GoPro. Let me just see. Hold on. There. Can you see that? Okay, the love heart and the portal. Gemmies. Very fascinating. Okay, so the ancestors are acknowledging that you know, you hold these keys, you have these keys, you have access to these keys. The dragon is bringing in these keys, and the devil's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, we're going to end with an angel of light. Okay, thank you. Forgiveness, gems. Your ancestors are acknowledging your key gift of being able to forgive. And whenever this devil tries to snatch that key, you still forgive. And it's not because you're not a muppet, you're not a mug, okay? People seem to think if we give people many, many chances, for example, or if we can get over something quite easily, we must be, you know, they might try and do it again, okay? We must be a mug. No, there's an absolute huge difference, right? Between being a higher evolved being and saying, I see what you did, I forgive you, and there is still a chance for you to do better. Obviously there becomes a limit because then we do walk over the line into mug or doormat, right? Okay, let's have a read. Angel Wisdom reminds you that challenging people, challenging people and situations are sent to you as your most important teachers. Without them, your soul would not grow. Your guidance is to let go of the hurt, resentment, and anger of the past. When you forgive others and yourself, your karma is rubbed out of your soul records. You will enjoy love in your heart and lightness of spirit. Ask the angels to help you dissolve your hurt, anger, and guilt, and they will take your burdens from you. When you love unconditionally, there is nothing to forgive. Love is forgiving. So open your heart and give love. And your affirmation, I forgive myself and others, I am free. So your ancestors acknowledging this powerful power play, okay? It is a powerful power play when you can be done wrong and you can show forgiveness and be free. You know, you're free because you haven't let that anger, you haven't let that guilt, you haven't let that resentment pull you down into a lower vibration. You saw things from a higher level and you simply let it flow away from you. And your ancestors are giving you a pat on the back, okay, for having this powerful ability to forgive those that do you wrong. Fascinating, another fascinating reading, gem stars. I don't know how I'm going to top these readings. Maybe they'll give me another subject to dive into. We're gonna look at your ancestors' advice on how to deal with these challenging and changing times. So we will do, and we'll see if I get guided to do any other messages. I'm not gonna, I'm not like some readers who would flog the heck out of a subject, right? If I'm guided to do it, I'm guided to do it. But fascinating energy. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thank you for spending your time with me, my lovelies. Happy birthday to anybody whose birthday it is today, right? And have a blessed rest of your day. Until next time, Namaste.